Hello everyone, good evening. So how are you? How's your preparation going on? So what are you studying nowadays? How's your preparation? Now only your reaction is like this. Imagine 1 or 2 months before the exam. How's your preparation going on? Economic ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? So are you done with the classes? Running. Okay. So I hope now you have gone back and done the revision also and identification of the topics. If you observe 90 to 80% of whatever we have discussed, questions are coming on the similar lines. Okay. Also remember, we have still not discussed the PYQs. Andre 2025, 2024, 2023 as a complete subject. Will be taking another 2 hours to discuss question papers separately. So right now what we are doing is we are identifying all the thematic themes and micro themes that are coming in the exam. So which topics did we discuss last class? Fiscal policy, taxation, budgeting, inflation, monetary policy, all this has been completed. Also we discussed a few current affairs topics. We discussed, I think, very good, Thailand and Cambodia. I hope you remember something known as Dank Creek Mountains. So our temple is located on the top of Dank Creek Mountains. I hope you remember something known as what triangle? Emerald Triangle. Very good. So Emerald Triangle is a trijunction of 3 countries: Cambodia, Thailand, Laos. Okay. And what about Golden Triangle? Golden Triangle is the hub for drug smuggling. Laos, Thailand. Thailand is there? Myanmar is there? Thailand is there. Okay, these are 3 important countries which are known as Golden Triangle. Okay, Emerald Triangle is this. Meanwhile, we also, did you go back and read about that river, Mekong? Did you see how it originates from Taiwan? Sorry, Tibet. From Tibet it goes to Bangladesh, not Bangladesh, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam. All the Southeast Asian countries it flows, finally reaches South China Sea. Okay, so that is a very important topic. Again, Priyavihar temple, 9th to 11th century, Surya Varman, and also what is this temple? Which god is it dedicated to? Lord Shiva. Okay, it is dedicated to Lord Shiva. Which empire? Khmer. Okay, Khmer Empire, also associated. Before this, who was ruling Cambodia? We discussed. French or Dutch? Very good. French Siam treaties anta nanu helide. Okay, and remember the dispute happened because again one was the territorial dispute was there. Apart from this, Priyavihar temple was dedicated was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So as soon as it was declared, again Thailand started claiming that temple. Okay, again this is a topic that is going to continue to be in the news. No other progress has happened. Donald Trump, whatever treaties he signs, it will not work. We also discussed about Nile and River Nile, the issue between which countries? Very good, Ethiopia and Egypt. Again, so if you observe, River Nile is a very important topic from our exam perspective. Again, originates as White Nile and Blue Nile, becomes Nile in a place known as Khartoum, the capital of Sudan. From there on, it goes on to Egypt and enters the Mediterranean Sea. You should have a proper idea. Why? Because again, remember, UPSC likes to ask in world geography mapping. They like to ask about international rivers. At the same time, they like to ask topics about questions about geopolitical conflict. And Egypt, Ethiopia is a place where both are meeting. Okay, so remember that again, River Nile is the lifeline of Egypt. Yes, majorly dependent. One more dam is called Aswan Dam. Please see where does White Nile and Blue Nile originate. So that was about the Ethiopia and Egypt controversy. Today we are going to discuss about external sector, very very important topic from it comes to exam, and also financial markets. These two also very important and very easy topics if you understand how to study. So external sector anta bandaga you will be studying about FDI, FII, external commercial borrowings, currency appreciation, currency depreciation, external commercial borrowings, all this will be discussing. Also we'll observe how questions come on 2 topics called IMF and WTO. UPSC likes to ask lot of questions on IMF and WTO. Okay, so any recent development and WTO also will be observing. So that is one aspect, external sector. One more aspect is financial markets. Our financial markets are money market and capital market. Money market and less than 1 year, greater than 1 year. Government security, full facts we should be knowing. 360 degrees. Treasury bills, money market, all this you have to be knowing inside out. If you know that, question is definitely going to be asked on this. They will ask that, or either they will ask about regulatory bodies. Regulatory bodies, when it comes to, we have SEBI and we have CDSL. CDSL. Okay, Depository Securities Limited. So all these are important topics. And also when we go to capital market, what all are there in capital market? Bonds are there, good. Debentures, which is a risky one, which is a non-risky one, which gives higher interest, lower interest, we should have clarity about all this. Aita? So that is also one thing we are going to discuss today. Apart from this, we will go current affairs, two important topics, especially Venezuela and Greenland. Okay, Somaliland, if time permits, let us see, or else we will discuss at least 10 joint military exercises. Okay, because again, if we buy out everything in a single stage, it might be difficult. Today half, the next session half will complete. Okay, because Venezuela also, I learnt a lot of new things about Venezuela while preparing. So we'll be discussing. Again, don't expect UPSC to be so dumb and ask you expected questions. UPSC will go and ask about physical features. Last year there was a question on Andes Mountains. Again, expect another question on Andes Mountain, because Andes Mountains also passes through Venezuela. Okay, so that can come. The important rivers, lakes are there. Lake Maracaibo, a very important lake is there. The falls, Angel Falls, adu very important agate. These things we will be reading today. Okay, so along with these two operations, operation yadadu? Absolute resolve, and one more is operation Southern Spear. Remember Southern Spear? Also one thing, one homework that we have to do, or more probably later we will discuss, is a very important drug that recently Donald Trump declared as a weapon of mass destruction. F in the start agate. Phenyl. Fentanyl. Fentanyl. Very important, because again, if you observe, fentanyl is leading to a lot of drug addiction and deaths in USA. And if you observe, what did Donald Trump say before attacking Venezuela? He said he wanted to curb narco-terrorism. Okay, so he wanted to tackle the drug cartel that is present in Venezuela. Trafficking, drug cartel and the control trafficking. But if you observe, Venezuela is not at all the hub of drug manufacturing, but it is a very important transit place. It is majorly manufactured either in Mexico or Colombia. Colombia, and it will go to Venezuela and then go to US or Europe. So that is why Donald Trump took, or one of the reason why Donald Trump invaded Venezuela. Okay, so all this we'll discuss, and if time permits, Greenland also we'll discuss. Greenland again very important, but geographically okay-ish. If you observe the geographical location, it is there in North America, but politically it belongs to Europe, because it is a part of which country? Denmark, but it is very close to Canada, 25 kilometers away from Canada. Jump maadbodalle. Okay, they will ask geographically which of the following countries is closest to Greenland anta keltare. Option will be Canada, USA, Denmark, Iceland. Answer is Canada. But again, in the exam, you know how our maps change. Canada will look like USA, USA will look like Mexico, etc. Also, one more thing I observed, before this, USA has already purchased 3 such overseas territories. States of Louisiana, Alaska, and one more place I forgot. This is not the first time USA is trying to purchase a place from somebody else. Because Donald Trump, when he came to power previously also, he asked, I want to buy Greenland, what is your price? How much do you quote? Because this is not new to USA, they have already purchased 3 such territories. That also can be asked by UPSC. Understood? UPSC, I am telling you, is always 2 to 3 steps ahead of us. And this is how we are prepared, or we are going to be prepared. Artha agtidya? Shall we start? So let us start with financial markets. Again, if you observe some of the questions that have been asked, we'll discuss, come to this later. So again, financial markets, if you are going to divide, you can divide it into two parts. One is money market and one more is capital market. Short-term debt instruments, long-term securities, less than 1 year, greater than 1 year, high liquidity, low returns. Here, higher returns but greater risk. Okay, what do you mean by higher liquidity? Easily I can liquidate and cash ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. I can have cash in my hand very soon. Okay. So examples of money market includes T-bills, commercial paper, certificate of deposit and call money. These four terms I want you to know inside out. Who will issue it? What are the terms and conditions? Is it secured or unsecured? Secured andre ಏನು? Does it have any surety? Unsecured andre it does not have any surety. 360 degrees, if you know about these topics, these are the questions that will come in UPSC. Okay. And capital markets, equity share, bonds, debentures. Also one more type of funds that recently UPSC has asked, known as alternative investment funds. AIF, adರಲ್ಲಿ 3 categories are there. 3, no? One is positive impact, one is negative impact, one more no impact. AIF1, AIF2, AIF3 anta ide. Have an idea about that. Also have an idea about important stock exchanges, NSE and BSE, National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange. Basic features. What are their roles and responsibilities? Again, remember, in economy, our textbook, we cannot say that our textbook is more than enough to get the answers right. Because textbook also is providing limited information when it comes to economy, all these concepts. So whenever you are in doubt or you want to read more, use our Google or ChatGPT. Or there is one more website known as Arthapedia. Arthapedia is an excellent website to read about all these concepts. Aita? Because I know that economy is a subject where most of us struggle. But again, the easiest money is in actually economy. Instruments of money, bills, again T-bills, 91, 182 and 364 days, issued by RBI on behalf of the government. Can center and state governments both issue T-bills? All this we should have an idea. Okay, only state government, central governments can. State government equivalent in? Very good, SDL anta ide. State development loan, that is a state equivalent of T-bills. And also observe, bonds this time and masala bonds can be a question of interest this year. Because Kerala government is facing lot of controversy for issuing masala bonds. So masala bonds you should be knowing 360 degrees. Artha agtideyala? Again, commercial paper andre unsecured promissory note issued majorly by corporations. Getting it? Who will issue it generally? All this we are going to observe in these topics. Certificate of deposits issued by banks, negotiable time deposits, etc. If you observe, again I have tried to put star also, 4 stars out of 5 stars. Andre, it becomes a very, very important topic from exam perspective. Minimum 8 to 10 questions have come in the last 25 years. Again, see, what all are we going to remember? What is the maturity period? When does it expire? Issuer identity, who can issue it? Only government, or banks also can issue it, or corporations can also issue it. Are you understanding how to read? Ee tara put questions to yourself. Then security status, is it secured or unsecured, backed by collateral or not? And last is tradable versus non-tradable. Can it be sold before maturity? Idina observe. All this content is readily available, but you just have to open your mind. You just have to be active participants when you are reading this. Again, call and notice money, fine, money market. This we discussed. Again, equity shares, bonds and derivatives. If you observe now, lot of questions are coming on equity, stock market. Why? Because again in the last 2-3 years you observe, especially after COVID, lot of people have started entering into the stock market. and lot of stock market scandals are also coming regularly. So that is the reason UPSC is trying to test the readers' knowledge about these topics. See, because in India, financial literacy is the worst. We are financially illiterates. Because again, if you observe, no, people don't know how to save. Rather, we are living in a credit culture. So again, if you observe, investing in equity is also a very important part of financial literacy. If you observe in USA, people at very young age, they start investing in all these stock markets. But in India, if you go and tell your parents, they will say, don't invest. That is the attitude. Okay, so that is why, especially recently, a lot of awareness is coming on equity markets. So that is why we have to have 360-degree knowledge about this equity market. IPO, FPO, kelidira? Yes. Bonds. Again, debt instruments where issuer borrows from investor, promising fixed interest and principal repayment and lower risk than equities. So, ಈ risk alle questions ತುಂಬಾ ಸತಿ they have asked. And derivatives, contracts deriving value from underlying assets. It can be stocks, indices or commodities. Includes future, options, swap for hedging and speculation. Last year I think there was a question on options. 2025 there was a question on options. Observe madidira. They asked that in India a lot of options trading has increased in the recent times. There was a question on this topic. Regulation. Third option was, in India there is no body to regulate advisors, financial information that is given. That was the answer. And obviously role of SEBI. Last year there were two questions which were actually linked to SEBI. One was, remember I had showed you that question, BRSR, Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report, and one more I think I had showed you. India had recently passed Hong Kong when it comes to stock market, and third option they had given, there is no regulator to protect the investors. So both questions were actually related to SEBI. Okay, so that again makes SEBI a very important part of our examination. Coming back to SEBI, you should know when was it set up, when did it become a statutory body. It's a quasi-judicial, quasi-legislative, quasi-executive body, headquartered in Bombay. Okay, and other functions we should be knowing about SEBI. Artha agtidya? Again observe, we should know about the issuers and investors, companies and government, regulators like SEBI, RBI, and also intermediaries like brokers, banks, mutual funds, depositories, etc. Mutual fund is also a very important topic. Chances of question being asked anytime. Mutual fund open-ended, closed-ended, all these are there. Who regulates mutual funds? SEBI only. Okay. Then primary market and secondary market. Primary market andre, for the first time new securities are issued. Secondary andre, that is traded again and again. Okay, you should have an idea what is the difference between primary and secondary market. I hope all of you have heard of this concept at least. UPSC trap ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ secondary market is equal to direct capital formation ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. They can ask primary and secondary market both involve direct capital formation. What is direct capital formation? First time market when money comes, and that is usually associated primary what sector or primary market. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, same stocks will be traded, but first time when stocks or when shares come into the market, that is when capital directly happens, formation of capital. Equities, preference shares, debentures, very important, convertible and non-convertible debentures differences, you should have an idea. Bonds, another favorite area of UPSC. Bond market, you should know what is the relationship between bond market and interest rate, bond market and inflation. Okay, what is a bond? Debt instrument. Okay, what is the difference between bond and equity? There are shareholders. Here purely you are just giving money and that person will give you some rate of interest, that's all. Yes, first which one is prepaid? Bond Bond. Which is riskier? Equity. Suddenly some bad news and the stock market price can go to rock bottom. Artha agtideya? So think like this. So obviously equity is more riskier than bonds. Mutual funds, fine. Types of mutual funds. Yes, these are very important. NSC, BSC. Again this, it's okay if you know about this, fine. NSDL and CDSL, very important. National Securities Depository Limited and Central Depository Security Limited. Basic. Which year, what kind of a body is it, what are its functions? I don't want PhD on this, because if you know one line about this, you can easily eliminate and get the answer correct. Derivatives market, futures, options, forwards and swaps. Currency swap, a very important topic. Also, last year there is a question on options. That means possibility of another question coming on options is very high. But here, does it mean I have to become an expert? Just basic 5 to 6 lines about how does option trading work. Because again, government and SEBI are bringing lot of regulations to monitor this options trading, because it is one of the riskiest trading in stock market, and lot of people are losing money because of this. So government, that is why, is trying to monitor all this. Again FDI, FPI, this will come under even our external sector also. Exact difference between FDI, FPI, okay. So FDI usually 10% equity. What about FPI? What is foreign portfolio investment? Portfolio investment. Usually they will come and invest in our market. But FDI, they come and open a factory, they try to have joint venture to, yes. Okay, that is the difference between FDI and FPI. SEBI we have done. Again, if you observe why the question of SEBI is coming was, again UPSC, not UPSC, the SEBI recently find another person. So that person was giving advice for other people to invest in stock market and had made 25 crores. That is different, don't get confused. I'll give you the information. So one person, say he has a financial advisor, say for example he has Telegram group, SEBI registered Dilal. For example, imagine suddenly I have learned stock market and I have started making some money. So what I will tell you, you want to quickly become a millionaire or billionaire, you join my Telegram group, I will give you some calls. If you buy according to whatever I say, you are going to make a lot of money. And in the end you end up losing all the money. But while you are joining that group, you will be asked to pay 5,000, 10,000 money as entry fee for the group. Premium membership. So this person or many people, they are making more money through these courses. And when you open their portfolio, they have made lakhs of losses. And how will innocent people know? Now ordinary middle class citizens, overnight they want success, they want to buy a car. Yes or no? So that is why they get tempted by all this. But these were all not being regulated by SEBI, which is its job. So that is why SEBI has become very, very proactive nowadays. Are you understanding the reason why questions are coming? So some person used to make people chant and dance also in his classes. So Avadut something, his name is there. Avadut Sate. You followed him. They host this, classes in big 5-star hotels, webinars. And entry fee will be 1,000, 2,000. Imagine 500 people will join a webinar, 2,000 rupees, one time, 2 days. And here innocent people are losing all their money. So that is why for investor protection, SEBI has to do all this. Along with this, one more role of SEBI is to ensure that all the companies that are listed, they regularly disclose whatever happenings are there within the company. And regularly they have to give update about the results, quarterly results, IPO money if they have taken, they have to tell how I am using this money, so that the shareholders will have an idea about how the money is being spent. This is where SEBI is playing a very important role, and former SEBI chairman also was under a very big controversy, Madhavi Buch. So apparently she also had some stock market investment in Adani group of companies, etc. Artha agtideya why questions are coming anta? Bond market and yield. For example, what exactly we understand by coupon rate? What is yield? Yield is the returns we get. And what is the link between bond price and interest rate? Favorite area of UPSC. You observe when newspaper suddenly you say bond prices have increased, bond prices are decreasing. What is the relation between bond prices and interest rate? Inversely proportional irutte. Artha agidya? Please have an idea about this. Let us start with some questions. Take your time, don't rush, don't jump. Visible? Take your time, I will ask, then you can raise your hands. Read all 4 options. If you don't understand or get the answer, what have I taught you? Bond market. Just think what comes to your mind when you read the topic of bond market. Collateral, borrowing and lending obligations are the instruments of bond market, forex market, money market, stock market. How many of you think it is A? Confident, be confident. Even if it is wrong, you have to be confident. B, forex market, eliminate ಮಾಡಬಹುದಲ್ಲ forex market ಅಲ್ಲ. C, money market. What do you mean? Understand by this? Collateral, borrowing and lending obligations. Yes. Secured debentures. ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. Collateral, borrowing. Whenever you borrow, you keep some collateral. Secured. And lending obligations. Lending obligations ಅಂದ್ರೆ terms and conditions for lending. Banking. Banking ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇದು. Okay, so our answer is money market. Yes, bond market is closed, but the closest option here is money market. ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? Sorry. Yeah. ಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Dina. How many of you think it is A? A, nobody. B? B, 3 only. C? D? Audience poll is correct. Here you observe 2 of the tricks I told you are contradictory to each other. Observe madidra? 2 of the tricks are contradictory. Remember I told you be very careful when you see but. But ಅಂತ add ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it tries to give a wrong part. And be careful when you read the word and. ಎರಡು ಇದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. So again if you observe, if you knew basics, the RBI manages and services the government of India security but not any government, state government securities. They do both. Both. They do both securities. ಯಾರು RBI manage ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So first option is wrong, but not. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ keyword? Always keep it in mind. Next, T-bills are issued by the government of India, but there are no T-bills issued by state governments, not statement governments, state governments. If you had read basics about T-bills, who can issue? It's a very easy problem, easy question. So 2 is correct. Correct 1 is wrong. So answer is C, 2 and 3 only. Again, third option I did not even come and read. Third statement I did not even read. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ಬಟ್ ಆ ತರ ಬೇಡ. ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಟಿ ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಡ್ ಬೈ whom? Government. On behalf of government only RBI is doing all that. ಇದು ಓವರ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು, crows are black in color. True or false? Hey, I'll give you two statements. Crows are black in color. All crows are black in color. Very good. One only. Crows are black in color. Yes, no. I have seen one crow. Better. If UPSC wants clarity, he will ask for the clarity. Aita? And if he wants to negate that, he will put comma and say, and RBI has no role in that anta kodtane. If he wants to prove that statement wrong, he will put a comma and give you clarity about that. Again, another favorite topic of UPSC. Which of the following, sorry, yeah. Odi, very, very easy topic. Take your time. Which of the following is issued by registered foreign portfolio investors to overseas investors who want to be a part of Indian stock market without registering themselves directly? How many of you don't know? Nothing wrong, but it is a sin not knowing about this. The concept is known as participatory notes. Very, very important concept. Please go back and read. Very, very 5-star topic adu. 5-star andre no? Highly repeating, favorite area of UPSC. Okay? Actually, next class you should tell me about participatory notes. So there was a controversy that black money, illegal money is coming into the Indian market through these participatory notes. Imagine I am Dawood Ibrahim abroad. So I want to invest in stock market. I will identify some registered person and I will tell him take 10 lakhs or take 10 crores and invest in the market. So that is why SEBI has made it very strict for even the registered, foreign portfolio investors to declare who is investing money into the Indian stock markets. Imagine somebody will invest from Dubai. Imagine I am a qualified registered FBI, foreign portfolio investor, but I will take money all from our narco terrorists and drug traffickers and I will invest. Is it right? So that is why SEBI is monitoring all this. The concept is participatory notes. Again, he is expecting basic awareness about this. Basic awareness. If you actually observed in the 10 minutes back only, you could have got one answer right, one option. Remember I told you, he call money matte certificate of deposit. Adu short term or long term? Short term. Illi ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ? He has given long term here. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? Question suddenly if you see looks very scary, but a scary question ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು weak easiest hint ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ easiest hint identify ಮಾಡೋದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ. So always remember that when you go to UPSC exam, first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, the question looks overwhelming. Andre, oh my god, what is this question? But if you read the question properly, you will have the easiest hints. And now option 2 is correct or wrong? Wrong. Now 4 only or 1 and 3 only? 1 and 3 only. Got it? My job, I should be knowing about commercial paper, CD, call money, zero coupon bonds at any cost. Remember UPSC, 3 R's, reuse, repeat, recycle. 3 R, again these are the topics we are going to read properly. Artha aita how to identify, how to search for some clues that are given in the examination. Zero coupon bonds short term or long term? Issued by both. Who issues? ಇದು ಉಲ್ಟಾನಾ ಹಿಂಗೆ? Not issued by, issued by scheduled commercial banks. Okay. But the short term or long term? Guarantee na? I'm asking you. Why? Because this question becomes a difficult question if 1 pair is correctly matched, 2 pair is correctly matched, 3 pair is correctly matched and none of them is matched. If UPSC wants to hurt you, he will copy paste the question and he will put 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair and none of the above. And that is when it hurts. These are the homeworks that we are going to do. And nobody can teach you this, you have to go back and read it. Yes? Yes, let us read. Too many facts. RBI, SEBI, Bombay Stock Exchange, CDSL, NDSOM. Too many facts. Observe one small fact in the last statement. How many of you will not mark this? Why is a risk? Why to risk? Others? See the last statement at least. The Central Depository Services Limited is jointly promoted by Reserve Bank and Bombay, BSE. Bombay Stock Exchange and the Reserve Bank, there is no relation. Can they sit on the same table? They can sit, but can they work together really in security market? Who should work with them in security market? SEBI. Aita? Option 3 is eliminated. 1 and 2 banni ivaga. ಈಗ 1 and 2 ge. So again, if you observe, 1 is guarantee correct. 2, if you knew only, you could mark it. These are the questions. If you don't know, better to stay away from this. Artha agtidya? But again, if you observe, is jointly promoted by anta keli, if he gives 2 to 3 organizations, chances are he is purposely making some changes. And also, if 2 facts are given, usually 1 fact will be correct and 1 fact will be right. Again, write down. This is one thing you have to observe in last 10-year papers. If 2 facts are given, 1 fact is usually correct, 1 fact is usually wrong. Going by that logic, 1 fact is wrong. Again, this is the leap of faith we take. For example, in exam, I marked only 65 questions, sir. I have to read 75-80 questions somehow. Correct? And you know that, sir, I always get stuck in 2 options and the complaint from students. One of the solution for getting stuck in 2 options is this. Whenever usually 2 factuals are there, 1 fact you are 100% sure that it is wrong, chances are the other fact is usually right. Again, that is why I am giving a asterisk mark or caution. Usually. You will say, sir has given 2 facts, 1 fact wrong, 1 fact odi. Don't do that. I want you to develop this knack. I want you to develop this habit by only seeing PYQs. But not anta bandagantu 99.9% wrong. 99.9%. Did anybody go back and try to observe it? Observe madidra? Chirag eshtitu percentage? Lot of time. Next time try to identify any exceptions and come to me. Arda aita? It is your job to come and tell me, sir, these are the exceptions. Or whenever I give you some logic, I will give only 3 questions. Another 2 questions, sir, your logic is working. Arthat, UPSC with only knowledge, you are not going to clear this. You need to have this basic observation skills. Answer is 1 and 2 only. IFC masala bonds. UPSC has already asked it once. Visible? ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ತಾನೆ ಮತ್ತೆ. Now better? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ರಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. The International Finance Corporation which offers these bonds is an arm of World Bank. 100% correct. And if you observe, World Bank, how many arms are there? 4, 5, 6 ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರ. ಹೇಳಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಯಾವ್ದು? IBRD, IFC, IDA, ಇದೆಯಾ IDA ಅಂತ? IC, SID, MIGA, IFC, IBRD. Is India member of ICSID or India is a member of MIGA or both? Others, if you are wondering what MIGA and ICSID is, MIGA ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Multilateral Investment Guarantee Authorization or something like that. And ICSID ಅಂದ್ರೆ of international disputes. Either is India a member of both or India is a member of any one of them? Anyone, which one? MIGA na? Yes, India is not a member of, I think, ICSID. Keep an eye on that. They are rupee denominated bonds. That is why the name is masala bonds. Any foreign country bonds you have seen? Panda bonds, elephant bonds, kangaroo bonds. Okay. So masala andre India is known for spices, no? That is why we are given this name masala bonds. Masala bond is basically you are trying to raise money from abroad. So that is what is masala bonds. They are rupee denominated bonds. Correct or wrong? 100% correct. And they are a source of debt financing for both public and private sector. Yes, public and private sector can both raise funds. Correct? Answer is C. Both 1 and 2. Earlier in the first stage of our preparation, 15 to 18 or 15 to 2019, both 1 and 2 were correct. So we were very happy while marking both 1 and 2. After 2019, marking 1 and 2 was the serious challenge. No, his UPSC might have changed some obstacle. If both 1 and 2, if it comes, it actually you feel scary to mark both 1 and 2. Test series bitbudi exam alang agate. But if you are confident, directly mark it. And are you finding anything strange in this question? Strange andre extremely factual. Any manipulation of or any words for manipulation? Nothing is there. Okay. Bond yield, very favorite and very important topic in our exam. Indian government bond yield are influenced by which of the following? First, nange bond yield, I should be knowing what is bond yield. What is bond yield? The returns I get from a bond. It is influenced by action of US Federal Reserve, action of RBI, inflation and short-term interest rate. In the all three na guarantee na vodi aramage. I cannot prove this wrong anta. Very simple logic. Bonds. So action of US Federal Reserve. If US Federal Reserve increases its interest rate, money will run away from here to there. Avaga bond yield kami agutta. Are you observing the link? Because any investor will want higher returns. So if US Federal Reserve increases the rate of interest, we will take away the money from here to US, correct? So that is a disproportionate inverse relation. Actions of RBI, same relation. US Federal Reserve is nothing but RBI of USA. Last is inflation and short term interest rate. Interest rate change are obviously the change agutte. The liquidity will be affected. Artha aagta idea? I am not economy faculty, or else I would have taught it. Next question. Take your time and read. What is answer? C, both 1 and 2. Again, it's okay if you don't know the answer today. What is the concept that we are going to go back and read? Bonds, types of bonds. Okay, convertible bonds. There is an option to exchange bond for equity. Hence, convertible bonds usually pay a lower rate of interest. And the option to convert to equity affords the bondholders a degree of indexation to the rising consumer price. Okay, very straightforward question if you knew the concept. Artha, how many questions are coming and repeatedly asked on bonds? Still 2025 questions I have not included here. 2025 also there is a question on bondholders and stockholders. I think this we have already discussed. Inflation indexed bonds, last class. Let us see how many of you remember the answer. If you don't remember, at least try to get the answer right. What is the answer? This answer option taxable. Obviously you know that answer is 1 and 2 only. This was a question you could answer only if you read the newspaper. Which of the following are correct? Akshay, ಯಾವುದು ಸರ್ ಏನು ಸರ್ ಇದು ಅದು CA ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದ ನಾನು. In India, the credit rating agencies are regulated by Reserve Bank of India. What is first credit rating agency? Paper all observe mani. Regularly credit rating agencies barutte. Example, Moody's, S&P, adella barutte. Ade credit rating agency. Actually, it is regulated by SEBI. So these companies, what they do, they give the credit worthiness of a company. For example, imagine companies want to go and borrow money from the stock market, or they want to borrow money from the banks. But it is the credit rating agencies which give gradings to the companies, and based on the grading they will get the money. A plus, B plus, C plus anta. A plus andre you are a very good company, you are going to get good amount of money at a lesser rate of interest. As your rating goes down, the risk increases. So interest rate should increase or decrease? Increase. Artha, credit rating agencies was asked I think 3 years back. And lot of, if you read the economy section of the Hindu, there you will always see S&P, Moody's. Moody's has downgraded, Moody's has upgraded anta barutte. Okay? So 1 is wrong, 2 and 3 are correct. Please read properly. A very easy question. What is the answer? Only 1, only 2, only 3, only 4. What about call money market? 100% wrong. Treasury bill? What about these two? Capital market. Okay, note koliya then. Any doubts? Artha agtidya? Is it trying to test in-depth knowledge or basic awareness about which are the components of capital market? Basic knowledge alle keltane. Andru I'm confused, and if these type of options come, no, we are gone. 1 only, 2 only, 3 only. This needs more technical knowledge. Again, another out of the box question. Now I think, is it taught in class? Now we will teach, because last year UPSC will ask, next year I will teach it. But again, those who don't know, please read. How many of you don't know? Odi papa, innu odta idare. Odi neatag odi. I'll hint ide. If you don't know 0 ABCD also, you can get it right. Identify the odd man out option here. Odd man out ilva bidi. Now it is taught in class. If it is not taught in class also, come back. In context of finance, the term beta refers to. What about this process of simultaneously buying and selling of an asset from different platforms? Normal trading alladu. It has a name for that. Adilla. That is normal plan. What about the investment strategy of a portfolio manager to balance risk versus reward? Hedging. Go and see the definition of arbitrage. The first option I think is arbitrage. I don't know, I've studied 5-6 years back, but I think the first option actually means arbitrage. Because sometimes what happens, if you buy in different market and if you buy in another market the same commodity, there will be small differences in price. With the differences in price only you can make money. Okay, arbitrage anta concept adu. Anyways, fine. Correct? Poragilla. Economy na helkodbodu nanu. Spread. A type of systemic risk that arises when perfect hedging is not possible. Last one, a numerical value that measures the fluctuations of a stock to changes in overall stock market. In our school or college, calculate alpha, calculate beta anta nodidra. Questions. Calculate alpha beta values ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರೋದು usually 0.61 0.51 ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. If you had just linked that calculate alpha beta, you could have got this right. Knowledge ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ game, word play, and our numerical value ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ. Okay, odd man out might be difficult, but remember in some problem in physics, especially if you have studied calculate alpha beta, you have faced lot of questions like that. Alpha beta is always a numerical value, correct? So that is why this answer is option D, beta. Again, this is, I am telling you, what I am doing is post-mortem. Post-mortem andre outside the exam I can show that I am a kiladi by doing all this, but I want you to develop the skill to do that in the exam hall, and that will come over the period of these 4 months. If I teach you this in say April, May, it will not go to your head. From now on, if you keep learning all this, by the time exam comes, you will be at least 25% ready for this. Okay? I think 2022 prelims, I had got this right. Again, presence of mind questions. Answer is D. Everyone can participate. Pension funds kelsa na idu. Pension funds usually they go. For example, if you read the newspaper, no, you would have never made this wrong. If you see the economy section, you see many countries, especially developed countries. For example, I remember reading Canadian Pension Fund Advisory Authority and irutte. They always, these pension funds, they look for returns. That is why they come and invest in India and other developing markets. Okay. So the answer is D. But it's okay if you don't know the answer. Which topic are we linking to? Corporate bonds and government security. Adhe topic every time it is coming. But the dimension of what he is asking is changing. Either you will ask who is issuing it, what is the powers, secured or not, what is the timeline for this, what is the rate of returns for this, is it risky or non-risky? Concepts, these are the concepts around which he is asking. Idea banta at least bonds and securities, government security, T-bills, repeated topics. Certificate of deposit, amele, commercial paper. So all these are very important topics. EPFO is Provident Fund. Organization. They usually set rules for all the organizations how pension fund should be given, etc. That money will be taken and invested somewhere else. LIC is an example. LIC invests in money, all the stocks. If you have read the news controversy, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, they had bought lot of Adani group stocks. So that is why LIC can buy. EPFO sets rules and regulations. Go back and see the role of PFRDA and tell me. Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority antide. Can they do this anta check madi? Correct. That is our new pension scheme. I will save money. That money, new pension scheme. Correct. Correct. That is Provident Fund. PF. That is different. The pension ge separate contribution irute, Provident Fund is bere irute. Okay. That you ask economic faculty. IRIS polity you ask. Another nice topic. Again here also my logic, does it work, you see? First, what is the first thing you are going to do when you see this question? Write because. Aita? Because, write because. That because will help you get the answer right. Because, okay, don't forget that. Again, first, sir, what is this, sir? Infrastructure Investment Trust. Adhe question, adu gottilla andru maadbodu. Investment Infrastructure Trust means for infrastructure projects, many people will pull in small amount of money. Because for infrastructure, you need huge amount of money. So a single entity cannot fund so much. Many people will contribute. So that money is known as Infrastructure Investment Trust. It is not going for any social purpose, by the way. Infrastructure development, it is going. And the money, that interest as well as the dividend is taxable. And what is our observation? Our favorite word, but. I think till now we have seen at least 10 buts. And all buts have been wrong. Yes or no? I am giving you empirical evidence. Why? Because in the exam, after 50-60 questions, you will be struck. You cannot come out of the exam hall after marking 60 questions. Average round about 75 to 85 is a safe number of questions to mark. At that point of time, these are the blind leap of faith that we are going to take. On the exam, on that time, okay. So I hope that you are ready before the first attempt only, so that your attempt is saved. What is the answer? Answer, statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct. Illondu flop agutte nam rule. That's why I brought this question. My rule flops here. What rule? But idondu kade flop agutte. ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನೀನು ಬಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ? ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಟ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ is not backed. See again, both fails in the same question, thankfully. I told whenever not comes also be careful, not ಅನ್ನ change ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಈ question ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು flop ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Identify. Remember I told you, whenever you see no or not, you have to be careful anta. So here, see the first statement. If US government were to default on its debt, how many of you know what is default on debt? Accept ಮಾಡಿ, ತಪ್ಪೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಕ್ವಶನ್ 1. That is why you have to read, you have to learn. Default on its debt ಅಂದ್ರೆ I am supposed to give my loan, but I am not able to give. Correct? ಆಮೇಲೆ 5 ಸೇರ ಲೈವ್ ಅಲ್ಲದು ಶೇಪ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಎಸ್, ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡೆಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅನ್ EMI ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ರೀಪೇ ದ EMI, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆ. ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ವಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ? ಎನಿವೇಸ್ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಇಫ್ USA government were to default on its debt, the holders of US treasury bonds will not be able to exercise their claims to receive repayment. When government is not able to pay the loans that it has taken, will it be able to repay the bonds it has taken money from? Agalva? Second option, the US government debt is not backed by any hard asset but only by the faith of the government. Correct. Government security, GSEC, T-bills, is it backed by any currency or faith of the government? Faith of the government. ಯಾವ currency ಇಂದನೂ usually it is, there is no backing. So that is why answer is option A. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Anyways, it's okay, but what is the topic that is on? Government debt, bonds, bondholders. Very, very important topic. And did you observe that all the questions were revolving mostly around bonds, T-bills, government securities? So these are, please have 360-degree knowledge about this. Again, I have told you the source also. Either you read a VIII Singh book, and obviously you can refer to Arthapedia. Arthapedia, nodre, it is a one-stop solution for everything. Kind of a doable question. Easiest, or you can say okay fine, moderate. But if you don't know ETF, you may not. Which of the following is considered as a financial instrument? What is a financial instrument? Which gives you return. Okay. Okay, investing instrument, fine, good. What about motor vehicle? Motor vehicle in investment? And it is depreciating asset. So eliminate our option 2. You are left with 1 in 3 only. Currency swap is also a part of financial instrument. Currency ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ. Again, this can be a moderate question, but my request now is go back home, whichever terminologies we have come across, no, make proper 1-page notes about all of this. Question should and will come on the same topic. ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? and you have good 130 days to do it. And I believe that economy is slightly challenging. Polity you can read whenever you want, geography also by heart the same NCERT, but economic you need some time to prepare, and this is the right time for you to actually prepare economics. Done? Got some idea? Which topic did we discuss? Financial instruments. Topics repeat aagta idya? Same bond, same stock. Which are the instruments? Broadly is asking also. We'll be reading. Shikhar? Fine? Am I doing good? Next topic. Let us go to is external sector. Again, I have put majority of the topics that come under external sector. Each topics you have a hold, no? Your job is done. This takes a lot of effort, by the way. Observe madi. Currency price and exchange rate mechanisms. External sector currency. Currency bartala, exchange rate. Next, rupee convertibility. Capital and current account convertibility. UPSC asked multiple number of times. Same topic. In India, current and capital account convertibility both is allowed. Have you heard about it? Current is allowed. Capital is not completely allowed. Okay. FDI and FII. Balance of payments. Adrallu capital account, current account difference. Favorite area of UPSC. Invisibles anta barattadರಲ್ಲಿ. So have a proper clarity about these top concepts. Forex reserves. Have you heard of foreign exchange reserves? India the forex reserves ಏನೇನಿದೆ? Foreign currency, dollar, euro, SDRs, RTF, reverse tranche, gold, idya? Yes, good. SDR, have you heard of ECBs? External commercial borrowings, very, very important concept. And last but not the least, something known as debt, internal and external debt. External debt is the amount of money that we have borrowed from abroad. Artha agtidya? These are the broad topics that are asked under external sector. Obviously, IMF and WTO, I will do it separately. But these topics you should be knowing. BOP, foreign exchange reserves, exchange rate regime. India follows what type of exchange rate maintenance? Managed floating, or we also call dirty float. Three types ಇದೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? One is completely controlled by the market, completely controlled by the bank. One more is middle path. In India is middle path. Whenever we need, our RBI is going to interfere or intervene in the market. Again, you should be knowing what is exchange rate, three types of exchange rates, and UPSC focus area is fine. Remember, today currency is in trouble, Indian currency is in trouble. Do you agree? Again, going back to 90 rupees per dollar. So you will expect a question on all this. How is Indian currency determined, the value of Indian currency? Adela we have to have an idea. Have you heard of NER and REER? Nominal effective exchange rate and real effective exchange rate. It's broad difference. What exactly is the difference? Real is inflation adjusted, nominal andre what? Current price. Current price or base price? Current price. I still remember I was reading with Kailash sir. You know Kailash sir? So we were reading together. I asked him, please teach me the difference between NER and REER. One day before the exam. Till then UPSC had not at all asked about this concept. He told, hey, it is not asked, don't worry, don't read. Next day I see the same question is there. Very kind of irritating topic. Okay, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ simplify ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ difference. One line difference if you know, you'll be able to get it right. One question has been asked now, exchange rate. Currency appreciation, currency depreciation. What are the causes and how to stop this and how to increase this? Okay. What if government or the bank only purposely makes the currency fall? What is it called? Devaluation. Okay. Depreciation bere, devaluation bere. Depreciation is different, devaluation is different. Know that. Which is good, depreciation or appreciation? It depends on situation. For our exporters, depreciation is good. Correct? they'll get more money. Huh? For people it is appreciation is, if you want to go abroad, appreciation is good or depreciation? Appreciation. Why? Because imagine you want to go abroad and study, fees is 25 lakhs. But again appreciation adaga you are going to pay lesser, depreciation adaga you are going to pay more. Artha agidya? Rupee convertibility, it is nothing but the ease of converting Indian rupee to foreign currencies. In that we have partial and full convertibility and also current and capital account convertibility. These four concepts you should have an idea about how does it work. Very important committee known as Tarapur committee. It is associated with convertibility because that committee recommended go for full convertibility. Please go back and read about this. This is a very old memory of mine. The name of the committee is Tarapur committee. Importance, you'll read it anyways. Next, foreign institutional investment and foreign direct investment. You should know the proper difference between FDI and FII. And today if you observe, FIIs are in the news. What? Very good. If you read the economy section, a huge amount of money, lakhs of rupees has actually, not lakhs, crores of rupees has left the Indian market, the foreign investment. These are our FIIs who are actually invested. So you should know what is the rules for any foreign investors to invest in India, which authority takes care of that, and also what are the reasons for money moving out and money coming in. Why does usually money go out of the market? Multiple reasons. One is, in India economic growth is stagnating. If government is not having pro-investor policy, they will go out. Correct? And also if any other foreign country becomes more attractive, USA government, Federal Reserve will increase the rate of interest. At that time will FII stay or go out? Go out. Artha agidala? Why? Because they look for more better returns. Okay? So usually volatility factor is very high when it comes to FII. That's why it is also known as, there is another name, I don't know if it is correct, hot money. Have you not heard of this? Hot money. Check ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ Google ಮಾಡಿ. I don't want to teach wrong things. Hot money. Correct Daniel? ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಎಕನಾಮಿ ಹಂಗಾರೆ. Correct hot money? FDI is usually the long term commitment. They will come, they will try to set up industries, they will have joint ventures and they stay for a longer period of time. FDI is actually good for, both are good, but FDI is a safer bet for us. It will lead to technology coming into our country, employment generation, exports, economic growth, all benefits are there with foreign direct investment. Recently you observe, please, what are the changes? This is very important. FDI policy changes. Recently in one sector we liberated or we reduced the restrictions, insurance sector. Okay, 100% now. Okay, I have an idea about this. Insurance, is it there in any of the list, central list, state list or concurrent list? I am just asking, just curious, because UPSC likes to ask. He will give you some topics and say, is it central list, state list or concurrent list? Or is it not in any list? Check ಮಾಡಿ. ಇದ್ಯಾ ನೋಡಿ first. Union list. Okay. So UPSC, again UPSC has already asked this multiple times. So that is why you should, whenever you get confused or you read a topic, let me open that union list, state list and concurrent list and see which this subject falls under which list ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ? Can you do this? If you always try to play a quiz or think like you are playing a quiz, you will automatically develop that prelims bent of mind. Balance of payment, very very important area and very very favorite area of UPSC. Capital account, current account, deficit and surplus. Our Donald Trump. What is balance of payment? it records the transaction of interaction between two countries. Okay, ಅಲ್ಲಿ current account ಮತ್ತೆ capital account ಇರುತ್ತೆ. I word of current account deficit. Current account deficit is again very important. Please observe how is the current account deficit of India. What is the trend? Is it declining? Is it increasing? Forex reserves. Again, external assets held by RBI in foreign currency, gold, SDR and government securities. Again, have a trend because currently in the last 2-3 years, India has the highest number of forex reserves ever in its history. Under Indian history, we have the highest forex reserves. One question for you, which country has the largest forex reserves? Guarantee na? Odidira. Second? Check madi. See top 3 countries with the largest forex reserves or the highest forex reserves. Forex, F-O-R-E-X, I mean forest no. Second answer, Japan, China, Japan, India, Russia. Our great USA is not here. Nodi Chirag, Switzerland idiyante. 2025 it is India. Anyways, top yarappa, top 2. China and India ilatane. UPSC ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, India has recently in 2025 India surpassed Japan to become the second largest holder of forex ಅಂತ questions ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Getting it? So first two ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರು you can easily manage. Okay. Anyways, read about it. India ಇವಾಗ 2025 ಇದೆ, Switzerland was in 2022 ಅಂತೆ. ರಷ್ಯಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರಾ? ಥರ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಟಾಪ್ 2 ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿ? ಚೈನಾ, ಜಪಾನ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎನಫ್. ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಟ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾಪ್ಕೋ ಇರಲಿ. Composition of forex reserves. If you observe, foreign currency assets are the largest. Then we have gold. Then we are SDR, and we have reserve tranche. If you observe the composition, ನೋಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ highest ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ? Foreign currency assets, US dollar, other currencies, etc. Gold second largest idea? Yes, second largest. Then we have SDRs and then we have reserve tranche. Both UPSC has asked questions about SDR and reserve tranche once. What is SDR? Special drawing rights. SDR, special drawing rights. RTF, reserve tranche position. Okay, by the way, these both are IMF. Have you heard of IMF? IMF ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರೋ ಎರಡು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಇದು. In case you don't know, please read about this. External commercial borrowings and external debt. So, external commercial borrowing andre, it is a loan raised by Indian entities from foreign lenders in foreign or overseas market. You should know what is the trend of external commercial borrowing. Is government the biggest borrower or is the private sector the biggest borrower? Okay, private. So have a knowledge of this trend. Primary purpose is usually for infrastructure development. For small purpose, we never go for external commercial borrowings. For infrastructure projects where you need huge amount of money, we go for ECBs. Let us start. Take your time. I'll give you more time. Apply some common sense also to eliminate options. Off ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ? ಚಳಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಯಾರ್ದರ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಂಗೆ. ಗುಡ್ ಸಮಾರಿಟನ್ಸ್. ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಗೌಸ್. ಒಂದು 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಸಾಕು, 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಬೇಡ. ರೀಡ್. Try to eliminate options. ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕೋಣ. The price of any currency in international market is decided by World Bank. What is job of World Bank? Okay. 3 is 100% correct. I will not go read 3. See 2 and 4. Demand for goods and services provided by the country or economic potential of the country in question. Answer is 2 and 3 only. See, economic potential of the country, that country just because it has very good potential, does it mean it will have a strong currency? Venezuela has very good potential, but its economy is dead. Iran has very good potential. Iran also has a lot of economic resources, but its currency is again gone. So going by that, our option is answer B, 2 and 3. Easy, simple question. Yes or no? I will ask, raise your hands. How many of you think A, B, B, gold and silver, C, D? Okay. We'll see. The problem of international liquidity is related to international liquidity in the cash money. Okay. First, goods and services. Is it correct? Liquidity andre usually it is cash. Cash andre baradu dollars and other currency. Okay, liquidity andre we usually associate with the term cash or hard currencies. So liquidity, shortage of liquidity andre currency shortage ide anta artha. Okay na? Read the question there. Reduce risk of currency crisis. If you miss the word reduce, no, answer will change, which will lead to currency crisis agate. The foreign currency earnings of India's IT sector. It is good. It will reduce the risk. Correct. So, 1 is correct. 2, increase the government expenditure. No. What is the relation between increasing government expenditure and reduce the risk of a currency crisis? Okay, not directly. You know, 2 is wrong. Remittances from Indians abroad. Yes, more money, more dollars, different currency coming, good for our economy. Answer is 1 and 3 only. Remittance. IR ಮಾಡಿದೀನಲ್ಲ ಮರೆತುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ? IR ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ವಾ? ನಾನು ಡಯಾಸ್ಪೋರಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೆಮಿಟಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? Very good. Remittances means the money that is earned by Indians abroad or anybody abroad and sending it back to their home country. Imagine tomorrow you will become a IFS officer. You will go, you will be posted in Venezuela. Okay. You will be safe, don't worry. You will be getting salary, you will be getting lot of perks. That money you will send back to India. Okay. Other remittances. Or for example, so you in IT sector, you will get very good job. You will go to Google in USA. You will be getting 4-5 lakhs per month. You will save at least 2 lakhs and you will send back to India. That is what we call as remittances. India is the largest receiver of recipients in the remittances in the entire world. Every year we get 130 plus billion dollars from abroad. 130 billion dollars is not a small amount of money. 2-3% of our GDP ante. And imagine a remittances ಏನಕ್ಕೆ important ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ imagine you will send every month 2 lakhs, 1 year you are going to send say 20 lakhs totally. What will happen with the 20 lakhs here in India? ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀರಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? They can buy small piece of land or they can buy a mobile phone also. So it is invested in our economy, which is very good. ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ರೆಮಿಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ? ಗುಡ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ whenever you don't know, ask and get it clarified. Again, this question is English. Yes, played with English. Observe ಮಾಡಿ. If another global financial crisis in the near future happens, which one of the following policies are most likely to give India some immunity? Question andre, if financial crisis happens, what measures can actually protect India? Okay, one is not depending on short term foreign borrowings. Hot money, I told you, hot money anytime it can go out. So obviously we should not depend on short term foreign borrowings. One is correct. Second, opening up to more foreign banks. So what? Money is ours, money will stay here only. So option 2 is wrong. 3, maintaining full capital account convertibility. Not so related. Answer is option 1. 1 only. Artha agtidya? Again, please learn. Again, if you don't know capital and current account and convertibility, go back today and read the difference. These topics are only being checked by UPSC. Don't answer, I will ask, try to raise your hands. Don't answer, I will ask. Also, if you are confused, just go back and think about difference between capital account and current account. The capital current account convertibility of Indian rupee implies Indian rupee can be exchanged by the authorized dealers for travel. Some options are very easy. Obviously, no. That the Indian rupee can be exchanged for any major currency for the purpose of trade in goods and services. Current account andre goods and services. If you remember, current account andre current account convertibility. Third one nodi. That Indian rupee can be exchanged for any major currency for the purpose of trading financial assets. Adu capital account definition. Nimge, if you only knew what is capital account, you could have easily got this correct. Answer is option C. One more small logic which has worked 95% of the time. Itara yavaga same word, same statement except one word changing, no? That is going to be the answer. Or sorry, either of them. Iga same statement ide. Kone 3 words matra change madidan. So usually either of them is going to be the option. 99% it has worked. 1% I'll show you some other subject it was there. Artha agtidya? Next question. How many of you think option D? Option D. Option B. C, A, capital account illa India ali. Capital account, no. So 2 is 100% wrong. 1 or 3? Very straightforward question. India current account convertibility fully there. What about capital account convertibility in our country? Partially is there. Okay. Unlimited. But is there any answer for that? Yes. Okay. Option illa on kottiro an option. Next. Read properly. This is conceptual. If you don't know better, you say hands up. Again, in exam, I'm telling you, controlling our ego is also very important. There will be, imagine my favorite topic, but I don't know that one statement. At that point of time, don't take it to your ego and say, no, it's my favorite topic, I will mark. Option D, all the above. Go back and read about this. Okay, but again, if this question very dangerous question ide. Correct? Hint ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏನು ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. At that point of time, better not to mark, because remember, in UPSC, to clear the exam, again, how much you tackle a question, the same importance should be given to which question I am not going to mark. That is a very important skill that you should take into the exam hall. Here we are not even able to eliminate two options, correct? If you are not even able to eliminate two options, these are the questions we are not going to answer. Please keep that in mind. Are you seeing the number of questions on convertibility? Akshay ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿನಾ ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಂದ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ತಪ್ಪಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ, ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಕನ್ವರ್ಟಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಬೇಸಿಕ್. Any doubts? So convertibility means, I am going to read the definition. Capital account, current account, what is the current status? When was current account convertibility introduced in India? When was partial capital account convertibility introduced in India? Tarapur committee recommendation. Advantages of convertibility and disadvantages of convertibility. Artha agtidya? If you know these concepts, easily you are going to get 2 marks. Again, what have I told you when you see such kind of questions? What are you going to write? One, because devaluation nodidre $1 equals 80 rupees, $1 will become 90 rupees. Then start thinking. Even if it is the simplest of the question, write it off so that you will get clarity. Make it a habit. One, because, good. How many of you will not mark? I will export you if you don't mark. An answer? Doctor? ಯಾವ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿ? Read properly. What is the answer? A. ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ doubt. Answer option is A. Why did you think it is C? Price of the country's products in the international market may fall due to devaluation. What is devaluation? What is devaluation? The fall in the currency's value compared to any other currency. Devaluation andre, again China does devaluation. If India devalues means, devaluation can I say is almost similar to depreciation? Yes, currency value falls. $1 80 rupees will become $1 90 rupees. That is very good for our exports. Yes, I'll give you a small example for those some people are confused. $1 imagine is 80 rupees. Suddenly $1 is equal to 100 rupees. ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೇ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Imagine I am exporting this product. Earlier I was getting 80 rupees for selling this. Now how much I will get? 100 rupees. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? So that is why the price of the products in the international market may fall due to devaluation. Last topic. Fast. Right, because check and see if India has never devalued its currency. See, then how is R false? Correct. See, I am asking you, when was the last time our currency was devalued? I am not saying it is not C. I am asking a question. Last time, when was Indian currency devalued? When was last time India? Multiple times you have done. 1960s we have done. When was the last time India devalued our currency? ಯಾರು ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ? 1991. If you go by the logic, then even A is also correct. If you go by that logic, correct? 1991 will be devalued. It increased the exports. A also is correct. Again, the context of the question 2000 al kelidare, 25 years back. So context is different, but answer is A. Again, the first option, the rate of growth of India's exports has increased. Government of India has resorted to devaluation. He is not telling when we went for devaluation. Has he told that we have regularly gone for devaluation? No, right? 1991 and devaluation. Once agide avaga. Okay? And again, such question, very old question, 25 years back. Again, question on the same topic. And I think UPSC also has given A as the answer. Same topic. Correct? Good. Straightforward idea. Again, please know this concept of devaluation very well. UPSC, and again same topic, devaluation in exports repeatedly has asked. Okay, but he has just asked effect of devaluation. If I don't export only, if conditional, correct, that here that was a debate, 3 also can be correct, but which is the closest? Artha agtideya? Correct. She says, sir, it improves the trade balance also, not necessarily. What if my country? Correct. But idellರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು closest ಇದೆ? 1 in 3 ನಲ್ಲಿ 1 in 3 ಇದ್ರೆ you could have mark 1 in 3. Okay. But here improves the competitiveness of domestic exports in the foreign markets. Yes or no? Blindly, that is a closest option. Again, sometimes, many times UPSC has given wrong answers in its answer key. Wrong answers have been given in their answer key. Last year ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ Polity Prime Minister President. So we can't. That is why better to have a good buffer between the cutoff and your score. And imagine everybody knows this is the correct answer. UPSC will give wrong answer. No Supreme Court can save us. No writ petition can save us. You will come to know that, okay, the reason you studied writ petition was a waste. Debt. Again, if you know, debt only 2 concepts, internal debt and external debt. Again, in internal debt, who is borrowing the highest, from where they are borrowing the highest. External debt also, where are you borrowing the highest and from whom you are borrowing the highest. This you should know. If you observe, this is the composition of India's external debt by currency. Highest is dollar, Indian rupee debt is there, Japanese yen is also there, SDR euros idella debt ide. Anyways, I will be uploading the slide today. You will read about this. Long term debt is around 81% and short term debt is around 18%. Long term debt andre maturity is more than 1 year, short term andre less than 1 year. Who holds India's external debt? Non-government entities, corporates and banks hold the largest share of external borrowings compared to the government. Okay? ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ? ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಡೆಟ್ ಇದು ತಪ್ಪು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ತಪ್ಪು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೇ ಇದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೋರ್ ಡೌಟ್? ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಪ್ರೈವೇಟೇ, ನಾನು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಟಾಪಿಕ್. I think you would have confused with some other topic with this. So external debt is almost 19.1% of our GDP. Right. Yes. Which are the components of internal debt? Internal debt andre borrowing within the country. Okay. All the above, straightforward ide. Again, don't apply any overthinking logic and try to eliminate any option. All 3 are seeming correct andre blind ah mark madi, because if you read it one more time, your mind will give you one hint. It might be like this. So don't allow your mind to get that hint. Very easy question. Is it difficult? How many of you think option A? Option B? Read properly again. Take your time. Option C? Option D? Shrikar, why 2? What is debt trap? Forget everything. You are in debt trap. Huh? I am in debt trap. I am trapped in loans. I have taken one loan to repay something. To repay that I will take one more. After that, Seeker will give me some money to repay. So that is debt trap. Okay. It has to borrow to make interest payments on outstanding loans. Why? What made you think second option? Any reason? Exactly. But it has to abide by the conditionalities imposed by IMF. Only if you are taking loan, you have to abide by the condition. Okay. So for example, India also, we went to IMF in 1990s. IMF said, I will give you money, but conditionalities, structural adjustment program. That is not linked to debt trap here. Okay. Closest option is option A. Easy, you have to mark this in left hand. Huh? Answer is option B na D na? D for dog. Guarantee? Good. Most of India's external debt is owned by government entities, private. And all of India's external debt is denominated in US dollars. You only apply comment. Will you borrow only in dollars or some other currency also? Some other currency also? Basic understanding question, simple logic. Global capital flows to developing countries increased significantly during the 90s. In the East, in view of the East Asian financial crisis and Latin American experience, which type of inflow is good for the host country? Whatever it is, last 5 lines actually is the last 5 words is the question. And one country, which kind of investment is good? Foreign direct investment, correct? That was the question. Don't think, how can UPSC ask such a simple question? UPSC will ask you some simple questions like this. Application based question, very nice question. Production walla, consumption walla. Export. Why export? Services, dollars baratte. Yes or no, you are earning money. Foreigners will come, they will spend in our country also. Yes or no, is it amounting to export? Yes, export of services tara. Again, very nice question. Our consumption last year compare ಮಾಡಿ export ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? Correct. Apart from that? Correct. Export. That is here. What will happen if foreign nationals come into India to visit the Commonwealth Games? More money, more foreign currency will come. It is equivalent to export. It's a standard question asked in a lot of competitive exams. Because while teaching about what is import export example, for example, Indian student is going and studying abroad. What is it antano kelidare? That's a question for next class. Huh? We are spending, correct? Yes. You are taking loan from here and you are spending there. Artha agtidya? Examples, these are typical questions by UPSC in other exams, competitive exams. This is done. Options are nice. Simple question. Answer is option B. India has preference for certain countries as regards receiving FDI. Any country, let them invest, that's all. Correct? Most citizens of Mauritius have ethnic identity with India, so they feel secure to invest in India. While reading options only, you will come to know these are dummy options. And impending dangers of global climatic change prompt Mauritius to make huge investments in India. Again, the vast difference between FDI and FII. What is the answer? B. FII helps in increasing capital availability in general, whereas FDI only targets specific sectors. Let us see the other options first. FII helps bring better management skills and technology, while FDI only brings in capital. Reverse, eliminate madi, good. FDI only flows into the secondary market, while FII targets primary market. Can be secondary market andre no. Again buying and selling. So correct or wrong? Wrong. FII is considered to be more stable than FDI. Reverse. Artha aita? Which is the option we are left with? Option B. Which all will fall under FDI is asking. Okay. Subsidiaries of companies in India. Second, major foreign equity holding in Indian companies. Yes, major foreign equity. Third one, companies exclusively financed by foreign companies. What about foreign portfolio investment? So option 4 is wrong. The answer is okay. Please know exact difference between FDI and FPI. It helps you get these questions. Ide question ne barbek, ide topics. They might change the examples here. That's all. Let us be a little quick. Think that you have last 15 minutes in exam. Visible? FDI andre ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾನೆ. Option 1, it is an investment through capital instrument essentially in a listed company. No. Second, it is largely non-debt creating capital flow. What by non-debt creating capital? For example, some foreign company will come. They will want to set up a new KFC tara JFC or CFC. They will open it also. It will become a flop. Does it mean India has to give it back? It is their investment loss. So, non-debt creating capital. Artha aita? So, our answer is option B. Read properly. What is the answer? See properly. There is a small trick. Which of the following can be included in foreign direct investments? What is foreign direct investment? Investing for the same purpose. Foreign currency convertible bonds. Which of the following is not correct according to you? Fourth option 100% wrong. Non-resident external deposits. What about non-resident external deposit? Some foreign Indianer or non-resident, some foreigner is saving money in India, that's all. Is it FDI? Should we give it back? Yes, it is debt creating. So eliminate 4. Now you tell me the closest. Go back and read the exact differences between FDI and components of FDI. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. Certain conditions. Answer is option A. Are you observing? Forget the answer. Are you observing what kind of questions they are asking? What is the components of FDI? Which is this FDI or FII? So these are the type of differences he is asking. Answer bidi. Answer is A. Balance of payments. Please know this table, very very important. Madidara balance of payment? Madilva? Any faculty, anybody, anywhere? No going on. Okay, fine. Then it will be taught. Okay, nan madila. Read. He is asking the difference between balance of payment and balance of trade. So yes, balance of payment represents a better picture of the country's economic transaction with the rest of the world than the balance of trade. Correct. Because both visible and invisible are included in our balance of payment, whereas in balance of trade there is only visibles, invisible irala. So, okay, so this was a very simple question. Again, definition. What is BOP is asking. Let others they need time to read other options also. All imports and transactions of during given period, normally in a year. Andre is telling all imports and transactions, that's all. But if you observe, balance of payment is the economic transaction between government of one country to another. There is a basic definition that has been asked. Capital account. If you eliminate one option, you will get. You have to identify which one to eliminate here. First, you both discuss and tell me. Again, capital account, current account definition gottilla andre you can't solve this. Okay. Private remittances. Private remittances are not a part of capital account. Okay. Which of the following constitutes current account? See, previously capital account kelidane. Next year, current account kelta idane. Option C. Foreign assets guarantee not there. Assets are usually capital account. So automatically make this habit to eliminate. I will eliminate both 1 and 3 now. Come to 3. Balance of invisibles. Invisibles we discussed. Last topic and we'll go to the current affairs part. Closest you have to identify here. Option B for ball. Foreign currency assets, gold holdings of RBI and SDRs. ADR, JDR, SDR. Again, but Napka early, ADR, GDR also very important topic. Remember, which is a part of FDI, he had asked GDR as an option. What all are the keywords you are observing here? These are potential important topics for the next exam. What is the answer? SDR, special drawing rights. Again, if it is not done, all this will be taught. SDR is special drawing rights and we call. It is a basket of different currencies together which decides this. So which currency was recently added? Yes, renminbi, the Chinese currency. What is the answer? Is IMF. Wherever you see IMF, that is our answer. Gold tranche. Did you get an idea about the topics that are regularly coming? If you go back and do this much basic research about these topics and go to the exam, more than enough. And in case you have any difficulty in making notes, please come and meet me, I'll help you out. Okay, you can make any notes of 2 to 3 topics and you can meet me. I'll tell you if you are missing out on anything, how to add the topics. I want you to get clarity. These are the only things UPSC is asking. So let us stop for this and let us go to the current affairs part today. We'll try to cover 2 important topics. Which are the topics? First, Venezuela, madam. Venezuela is very important. Again, all of you know why Venezuela is in the news. Why is Venezuela in the news? Our best friend Donald Trump carried out, he was, again, he is a man of his words. Okay, that is how a leader should be. Chances you never know, again he will somehow again try to come to power. Vice president agi president size foot bartan bekaro. He is a notorious person. Anyways, that is not important from the exam. Come back to our exam perspective. Again, we have discussed already 2-3 countries and you know how to read. Directly UPSC is not so dumb for us to ask what are the basic neighboring countries, Kerala. So what all should we be knowing about Venezuela? According to you, physical features of Venezuela. Which are the neighboring countries? From where did the USA launch an attack to Venezuela? From which country did USA launch an attack? I don't know. Cuba in Hodra. Papa, Cuban bodyguards were killed. Venezuelan leader had Cuban bodyguards. They were also killed. Ellinda attack madirbodu? From US only. Alle hatra alla sir. Ali Latin America, Caribbean islands ಇದೆ. Also there is one country known as Puerto Rico. see if he has attacked Panama, Puerto Rico anta countries baratte. Puerto Rico is also, I think, one country from where they launched the attack. What UPSC will do, he will ask, if you are flying from USA to Venezuela, which are the countries you will pass through if you are going on a straight line anta. Why I am telling you this? UPSC has asked this multiple times in different aspects. Ee tara yochne ಮಾಡಿ. Don't expect the easiest. Neighboring country, only 3 countries. Which are the 3 countries? Brazil, Colombia, Guyana, ashte, BCG. Okay, UPSC will not ask that. You also know, obviously, male yav ocean ide? Caribbean Sea, Atlantic Ocean, that is there. Will UPSC ask that? Never. UPSC will think other ways. So one homework is, go back and see if you are flying from USA to Venezuela, which are the countries you are going to pass through. Go read something about Puerto Rico also. Okay? So anyways, this is the map of Venezuela. Again, in the north we have Caribbean Sea. Colombia is the drug cartel. That is where majority of the cocaine is being manufactured and exported to USA. Pablo Escobar. Brazil, Guyana. And remember that Venezuela and Guyana have a very important border dispute. I have told the name of the place also. What is the name of the place? Good. Essequibo or Essequibo. I will show you too. Essequibo. ESSEQUIBO. Alright? Essequibo. Andre, Venezuela and Guyana have a controversy. This place Essequibo is very rich in oil, and Venezuela it is in Guyana. Venezuela says that it belongs to me. Border dispute. Because UPSC will give Essequibo and ask either which countries are fighting for it, or where exactly, or why is it in the news. Meanwhile, it has the world's largest oil reserves. This everybody knows. UPSC will never think about asking it also. The biggest oil fields are in a place known as Maracaibo. Maracaibo, very, very important topic. Lake Maracaibo antane ide. This is the place, Maracaibo. And another very, very important Orinoco belt, river Orinoco anta ide. Okay, river, one of the largest rivers of South America. One of the, not the, this is the largest river, Amazon. Again, remember, we are not doing too much also, basics. So this is the physical feature. Have you heard of, have you done, what do you say, climatic regions and all this in geography? Steppes, savannas, ella kelidira. Venezuela yaad barutte. Very good. Lamasa, Lamos. Lanos. LLANOS. What are they? Grasslands. Lanos anta ide, grasslands. They are present in Venezuela. LLANOS. Lanos. These are the places. US airstrikes in Caracas. Very less chances of asking because the names are also very bad. But Port La Guira, Fuerta Tiona, La Carlota, and Higuarte Airport. Very less chances of asking. But in case you find these names, very strange names, right? Venezuela. Chances are less. Why is it in the news? US airstrikes in Caracas. It's like Higuante Airport. Actually, a funny way of remembering Higuante Airport. But it is Higuerote, Higuante, you can assume it to be. Remember our Tutti Frutti? They are the minorities, correct? Rwanda M23. I want to remember this in the exam. I don't care how. And this also, by the way, I created here only. Please read about Puerto Rico also, Cuba also, B-52 bombers. So this is how Venezuela was attacked. See here, complete naval blockade also was done. so that no foreign country can come and help them. Foreign country andre Russia and China. Again, Colombia, Brazil and Guyana have the border. It has the longest boundary with Colombia. Okay, it has the longest boundary with Colombia. Again, chances are very less, but again, I don't want to take risk. Since I know Venezuela is in the news, one question probably will come, why don't I read this? Some important mountains that are present known as Pacaraima Mountains. It is in the tri-junction of Guyana, Brazil and Venezuela. Repeat the name. Pacaraima Mountains. This Raina I think all of you know Raina, Suresh Raina. So Suresh Raina andre tri-junction, Venezuela. Obviously you know Venezuela and Guyana borders. Which is the other country Kelgade? Brazil. In tri-junction we have Raina Mountains. P Raina, not Suresh S Raina. Pacaraima Mountains. Raima. Raina alladu Raima. Capital. Which is the capital of Venezuela? Yes. Caracas. Situated near the Caribbean coast. A very important place. Vast Llanos grassland plains are present in Venezuela. Yadu? Llanos. I hope geography if you have done, you will know about Llanos. Pampas, Llanos, savannas, steppes, etc. Okay? Ishte keladu UPSC. Probably he will give us Pampas, Llanos, steppes and savanna and ask you match the following. Don't expect direct question on Venezuela, but these are the indirect questions that UPSC can ask. Also, very, very important islands known as Guyana Islands are present in the southeast. Repeat the name. Guyana Islands. Venezuela. Okay, very important islands. Again, in geography, if somebody has taught you mapping, they will be telling about all these places. It is not that we are finding this topic. Guyana Islands, very important islands. Four major physiographic divisions. One is Andes Mountains, Llanos Plains, Orinoco Basin and Guyana Highlands. Orinoco River, Orinoco is one of the important rivers of this country, Venezuela. Okay, these are four important physiographic divisions. Last year question, which of the countries don't have a border or does not have Andes Mountains passing through it? And Andes Mountain, does it go to Venezuela? Yes. And the highest peak is known as Pico Bolivar. The highest peak is known as Pico Bolivar. Which is the highest peak in Andes? Guarantee, no? Mount Aconcagua, I am asking. Anyways, this revision another time we are going to do when we do geography mapping. In geography mapping, if you do PYQs, everything will be caught there. Pico Bolivar, and please remember that these are young fold mountains. Fault mountains bere, fold mountains bere. There is a formula for young fold mountains. I'll see if I brought this. Do you know anybody? There is a formula for young fold mountains. I'll tell you. Mostly I've brought this. You are a Himalaya. I don't know, I just found it, so you can, maybe in case you are struggling with this, you are a Himalaya. This is the formula to remember fold mountains across the world. U andre no? Ural mountain. A andre Alps. R andre Rocky Mountains. Have you heard of Rockies? USA. And A for Andes. H is Himalaya. Artha, very nice formula. You are a, again you never know which formula or what is going to save us in the exam. And do you need energy to save this? You don't need energy. You again, these are some mnemonics. When it comes to geography, Again, I'll discuss all the mnemonics. Don't worry about it. Repeat ಮಾಡಿ. U are a Himalaya. U for Ural mountain. ಅದೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ರಷ್ಯಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? A ಅಂದ್ರೆ Alps. Alps ಅಲ್ಲಿ Switzerland, Europe. R ಅಂದ್ರೆ Rockies. Yes, good. A and S and our Himalayas. So what is it? Please know the formula. Why are we reading this? They are young fold mountains. Okay. Again, I hope it comes, and I hope only those who are seeing this class will mark it. Next, Andes mountains. So Andes mountains passes through this entire stretch, but please remember that Andes mountain doesn't go to Brazil, and also Paraguay ge hogala. Paraguay gidiya? Does it go to Paraguay? I'm asking. It is not going to Paraguay. Is it going to Brazil? No. I'll tell you, I've got the formula for this also. I'll tell you, okay? Don't worry. How many countries does it pass through? How many countries does Andes pass through? 7, na? 7 countries. Come back. Maracaibo lowlands. Maracaibo, very important, located in the northwest region, again near the Caribbean Sea. Repeat the name. Maracaibo. Surrounds Lake Maracaibo, major petroleum reserves. Okay. What kind of oil is found in Venezuela? Very good. Heavy crude oil. Heavy crude oil andre you need more processing, more technology to process it, refine it. USA has, even in India, some companies have the capacity. Okay. Llanos. What is Llanos? Tropical grassland or temperate grassland? Tropical. Remember, tropical. If you want to confuse, tropical I will replace by temperate grasslands. Artha agtideya? Savannas, tropical. Steppes, temperate grasslands. Okay, please. This is where UPSC will play. Orinoco river basin, again it forms a very huge delta before entering the Atlantic Ocean. River Orinoco, it is the longest river of Venezuela and one of the longest rivers of South America. And another important highlands known as Guyana Islands, and one unique feature is there in this region where it is not present anywhere, known as tepuis. Anybody knows what is tepuis? Good. Very good. Distinct flat top table mountains. I'll show you how it looks. This is how it looks. What are you observing? Flat table mountains. Very unique. Table mountains. Good. This is present in a place known as Canaima National Park, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site within Venezuela. Canaima National Park in UNESCO, which is a World Heritage Site, it has something known as Tepuis ecosystem. Really? Tepuis, T-E-P-U-I-S. It is a flat mountain. Idea banta? Again, 2-3 times you revise this. UPSC cannot ask and will not ask anything outside this. Angel Falls, the world's highest waterfall. Which country is it located? Venezuela. Okay. It is located on River Churun in Guyana Highlands. Guyana Highlands ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ Angel Falls ಇರೋದು. Okay, world's highest waterfall. 807 meters is the longest drop, almost 1 kilometer. Highest andre 1 kilometer, imagine the length. If you go and fall, dive, have a dive. Uninterrupted 800 meters. Any doubts? Again, I am doing the hard work for you. You just have to go and revise this. Okay? Lake Maracaibo. largest lake in South America. Lake Maracaibo, largest lake in South America, connected to Caribbean Sea with the strait. This lake Maracaibo is a very unique river. Okay, why is this a unique river? See, this is where it is located. Lake Maracaibo, Gulf of Peninsula in the Caribbean Sea entry. Okay. It has a very famous lightning known as Catatumbo lightning. This happens very rarely, and almost in some sources they say 150 days, some sources say 300 days. You will find this lightning in this river near, or what is lake called as Maracaibo. Again, very unique. This you will not find anywhere across the world. Repeat the name. Catatumbo lightning, Lake Maracaibo. This is how it looks. Very beautiful. Just looking like a wow. Yavado lake Maracaibo. Amele, what is the name of this? Catatumbo. Whatever, Cato, whatever. That is the advantage in prelims. It is not fill in the blanks. It is identifying the right or wrong answer. Marboda. Again, I will assure you that even in your paid courses, all this will not be done. Ashtan ನಾನು guarantee ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹೌದಾ? I'll just check and let you know again. Okay? Maybe I missed it. I'll let you know. Thank you. Good. So Lake Titicaca. ಇದು ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ಬೈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನೋ ಬೇರೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬೈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಲೇಕ್ Maracaibo. This is done. Yes, the topic I was telling you, repeat the name. SC Caibo. SC Caibo is currently in Guyana but is being claimed by Venezuela. Why is it? It is an oil rich region which is a controversial region between SC Caibo, Guyana and Venezuela. Just three words you know. Controversial, and SC Caibo is located here. Okay, ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. SC Caibo, Venezuela, Guyana, oil. That's all is enough. Why? Because we should know where to stop also. ಇವಾಗ ವೆನೆಜುವೆಲಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ನೆವರ್ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪಿಟ್. ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಅನದರ್ 3 ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಎನಫ್. ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 15 to 20 year ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಕೇಳೋದು. ಓಕೆ, administered by Guyana since 1899. Okay, the Orinoco belt contains most of Venezuela's heavy oil, crude oil reserves. Some names that if you can remember, these are the blocks which are where the heavy crude oil is present. 99% won't be asked. Okay, Junin block, Carabobo block, etc. 99% won't be asked. But observe madi, Maracaibo basin has light crude, Orinoco basin has heavy crude. Again, UPSC will not go, but in case he goes, Maracaibo ಮತ್ತು Orinoco basin ಎರಡು ಕಡೆನೂ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, but Maracaibo has light because Maracaibo lake also has our lightning. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಲೈಟ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ, ಲೈಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹೆವಿ. ಏನಕ್ಷಯ್? ಹೆವಿ. ಲೈಟ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹೆವಿ. Meanwhile, other reserves like coal, bauxite, gold and even iron ore. ಈ Guyana Islands ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, very famous for iron ore. Guyana Islands is very famous for iron ore. This we discussed. I hope you got understood what is Tipu's ecosystem. Okay, this is Tipu's ecosystem. Now, 2 operations were named by USA for their involvement in Venezuela recently. One is good, Southern Spear. Southern Spear was majorly to tackle the ships carrying drugs in the Venezuelan coast, and one more is Operation Absolute Resolve. Good, Absolute Resolve is for kidnapping Maduro. Okay, match the following in case it is asked. So these are the places, fine. Despite Venezuela having the largest reserves, the production of oil in Venezuela is one of the lowest. Why? Due to poor governance and lack of market also. Socialism, and also USA has imposed sanctions on whoever is buying Venezuelan oil. So India actually had some investment in Venezuela, ONGC Videsh Limited, with USA taking over. It is actually good for India because our investments can be recovered now. Thankfully, we did not import more from Venezuela, or 100 in the 200 agreed sanctions. Okay. Again, Maduro supported by Russia, China, Iran and Cuba. And again, the opponent, Guaido, is supported by USA, EU, Latin American countries and Canada. It's better, it's okay. And one more big issue here is more than 8 million Venezuelan citizens have migrated out of their country since 2013 and their major destination is USA. Two important gangs that have been named as terrorist organization by USA, Tren de Aragua and Cartel de Los Soles. Andre ee two names na USA has designated it as a foreign terrorist organization. Have you heard of Al-Qaeda, Lashkar-e-Taiba? So USA government will label these organizations as terrorist organization. Similarly, these are the two recent bodies which have been labeled as foreign terrorist organization by USA. Tren de Aragua and Cartel de. Tren matte cartel napka idkondru saku. Again, don't by heart everything, just observe. Tren cartel andre USA has designated them as foreign terrorist organization. Ishtu madboda? Venezuela as a drug transit country. So, Colombia, the world's largest cocaine producer is Colombia. Transit andre no? To transport from the origin to destination. Venezuela was helping. Okay, this is how to get drugs to the US. What are the different routes? One route is through this route and this route. What ocean is this? Pacific Ocean. Majority of USA drugs actually goes through this route. And other route is from Europe, then it goes to USA. Adela namge beda, it's okay. But Venezuela is not a manufacturer but transit. Can you see the route? Where drugs are being sent from Colombia and Venezuela, this route. So why is Venezuela in Trump's crosshairs? Venezuela serves primarily as a transit hub for cocaine produced in Colombia with alleged involvement of high-ranking government officials in the Cartes Ledo Soles. It is not, however, a major producer and plays a minor role in US-bound flows as most cocaine enters USA through Pacific and Mexico route, not Venezuela. What did you understand reading this? Major route of drugs going to USA is not Venezuela but Pacific. Okay? Yes. You never know. Worst case, UPSC will ask this. Top 3 countries with the largest crude oil reserves. First yaar idare? Venezuela. Second, Saudi. Third, Iran. Okay, these 3 you know. Can we do this much? 4th is Canada, 5th is Iraq. That's about our Venezuela. Any doubts? Idea banta? Again, summarized within 15 minutes, but it took me 2 hours to prepare. Any doubts? Artha aita? So again, next class we will revise this, and I think it is already late. Okay? Again, economy, some part we will complete in the next class, and we will complete Venezuela is done, Greenland, Somaliland, military exercises, etc. Okay? Any doubts? Iran madidwalla last class. About Iran, see what is the major conflict? 2 things are happening. One is, if you have, in IR I told you, Iranian revolution happened in 1979. That USA backed government was overthrown, Shah Pahlavi, and Ayatollah Khomeini came to power. So Ayatollah Khomeini is a completely anti-US person. They are against westernization and they are pro-Islam. Okay. So, and USA at any cost wants to throw out this Ayatollah Khomeini out of power. Okay. So that is why USA has imposed sanctions on Iran. Okay. Adikivada in US, in Iran, there is hyperflation or hyperinflation where currency has almost lost its value. That is why people are protesting against the Ayatollah Khomeini government. This is one issue. Second issue, Iran at any moment is about to develop a nuclear weapon. Enrichment process. Class enrichment. So enrichment adre, obviously Iran will possess a nuclear weapon. And Iran, if it possesses a nuclear weapon, it is untouchable, unstoppable. And in West Asia, Iran will be the sole powerful country and even Israel will be a weaker country. Because one nuclear attack can demolish Israel. So US, that is why at any cost wants to stop the nuclear program, US and Israel together. Adukoskara, they are preparing for an attack on Iran. So Donald Trump is playing a bluff here, double game. He said, I'm going to attack. Israel called all the friends and told, take away all your citizens. India also brought back everybody. Now Donald Trump is saying, I am not going to attack Iran. And if he says that, chances are very high that he might attack. It might be a double bluff. Okay, places ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, Iraq, Bushehr, Natanz, Fordo, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ important places. Very good, Isfahan, ಇದು important places. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು. And neighboring countries of Iran ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇರಾನ್ ಇಂದ ಏನು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. Again, if you want, Daste Kavir, Daste Lut ಅಂತ important salty deserts ಇದೆ. Okay, Daste Kavir, Daste Lut, correct? I don't know, I just recollected. Mostly ಅದೇ ಇದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಇರಾನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ ಸಾಕು ಶಶಾಂಕ್. Neighboring countries ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, places ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Any other topics you want me to do in the next class? ಈಗಲೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ ಇನ್ನು ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್. Right, because we'll discuss. Anyways, 2025 paper separate ಆಗಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. I will try to bring, because only in 2025 it has been asked. Before that it was not asked. Suddenly 2025 paper became very lengthy, but the person who knew how to write because it became a very simple paper for him. Or else because ಬರ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 1 2 3 ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will take a lot of time. I'll bring some questions like that. Any other topics you want to discuss? Greenland, it's already ready. Greenland, Somaliland geographical, that place is very important. Horn of Africa ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Yes, very good. ಹಿಂಗೋ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇದೆ. Djibouti. So all this mapping again 3 to 4 times you keep seeing. Now Venezuela, don't stop here. This entire week, at least every alternate day, go through that. If you just see that, you will be able to remember. ಇವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ importance. In what do you say, April, May, you will know the importance. When people will be searching how to I remember, you will already remember that. And you never know at that point of time which new place comes to conflict. This Donald Trump, first he has to go out of power. ಈ Greenland on kannaliradu. And go back and see which are the 3 places bought by USA earlier. Monroe Doctrine is in the news. So which year and who brought Monroe Doctrine, we will discuss that also. Okay, thank you. We'll see you next week. Okay, same time.